Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Woo! So Starlight did her turn, her spin. And anyway, I love you so much, and I do. I really hope that you're getting out in nature. And, you know, it's Friday right here. So whenever you watch this video that, you know, I don't know when you actually will watch this video. But make sure, you know, when you have time off, that you do something for yourself, you know? Give yourself permission to do something. Or, you know, maybe you're like Starlight that doesn't go out and spoil herself with buying so much stuff all the time. You're the one that needs to go out and spoil yourself because you don't really do it, you know? There's other people, you know, you guys and girls don't have to do that because you're always spoiling yourself. But for those of you that, you know, don't really do anything, you know, to reward yourself for all the hard work that you do, you know, you need to do that. You know, go out and say, you know what, I've worked my ass off. I need to reward myself, and make sure it's a good, healthy thing, because I know how it is. I mean, like, you know, it's not wise to go out and reward yourself and go out and do something that later on you're going to regret, right? So anyway, I love you so much, and thank you for all of you who have been here loving and supporting Starlight. And thank you for watching my videos, giving me thumbs up, sharing my videos, leaving me a comment, and don't forget the notification bell like Starlight normally does. So anyway, I love you. And also, if anyone would like, you can send love donations to my YouTube channel, and that will help me out with different items that, you know, and no matter what, all my needs will be taken care of, you know. But it is good to be able to get things that I need, and that's really normally what it's going to be, because I live in my car. So anyway, I love you so much, and you can do that through my Cash App, and I will have that information here. Ping! There it is. And before I start this video, hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, and you can leave me a message down below, beep, 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 and you can share my videos with your family or friends. Plus, don't forget my playlist, and you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. And now today is this video is about You Are Unstoppable. Yeah, Starlight actually sings and dances to that song, and don't ask me who sings that. I have it written down, but Unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And some of you probably don't even believe in yourself or even believe in that statement. And that is the whole thing, is I've been reprogramming myself for years. You know, I would have to say starting in 2017 all the way to now. So I've been working on this for a long time. And I knew long time ago, like after I got out of an occult church, that I needed to reprogram myself. I needed to deprogram myself and then reprogram myself. I got the deprogramming part down, you know, so Starlight went and broke all the rules. And, you know, if I wasn't, you know, if the church said you can't do that, I went out and did it. You know, you can't wear pants, Starlight, I went out and did it. You can't drink, Starlight, Starlight went out and did it. Starlight, you can't fornicate, Starlight went out and did it. I had to break it all, you know, just I had to do that. I really did. And yeah, so I went down, you know, and I needed it, you know. There's no accidents or coincidences. You know, I don't feel guilty about any of that stuff, because you know what? I had to break those programs, you know, of control and taking my free will away, you know, telling me what time I need to wake up, what time I should go to bed, you know, being programmed, controlled by people. And was I happy with them controlling my ass? Absolutely blank not. I was miserable. I lost who I was. They wanted me so they can use me, you know, kind of like the Matrix, you know, they use you, your energy and all this, you know, they're like vampires out there, energy vampires, just sucking the life out of you, you know, and they feel good because, you know, these people here at this church, because they were dark entities pretending, you know, false lights, you know, pretending that they are of God. Just because a person reads the Bible, just because they put a label saying a Christian, just because they put a label saying they are a believer, just because they walk in the building, just because they preach, just because they can quote verses, just because they can do all this, it don't mean shit. So I've learned to, through my mentor, is to be authentic, to be real. So that's why I'm being like this, because I've been controlled my whole life by people, and I let people control me. So it's not it is my fault for letting people do that. It's not their fault because they did that. It's a test. So it's a test. Make sure, you know, even when it comes to the laws, we're being tested. You know, if they just decided in the United States saying, hey, you know what? You only can have this many babies and that's it, and after that you got to kill them. Are you going to obey that law? You know? But there's countries out there that's what they do. So this is about you're unstoppable. That means that you have to reprogram yourself like I've been, and I do the I am affirmations every day, and it's amazing. I get rewarded because I do the I am affirmations. Would you believe that? I get rewarded. You know what it is? Because there's times that, you know what, if you don't reprogram yourself, there's going to be other people that are going to take advantage of you. And because if you don't believe in yourself and you doubt in yourself, then they're going to take an advantage of you and scare the heck out of you, to control you. Just like COVID time, you know, that's what they did. A lot of people, you know, went out and got the injection because they had fear. Fear was running them. Fear. No, I wasn't afraid, Starlight. You know, what was that? You weren't afraid? Well, there's a lot of people that, you know what, they were afraid they were going to lose their jobs, and then they ended up going to get it because they didn't think that God could provide for them. They didn't believe that God could provide for them. Or they didn't even know God, you know, and they didn't understand that God would take care of all their needs. It's all here. It's all mental. Really, it is. It's mind-blowing. The more I go through this, you know, the more I go down into the rabbit hole and learn more all the time. I get downloads of information, things that I've always wondered my whole freaking life. You know, like this morning I ended up getting answers. I was like, wow, is that freaking deep or what? You know? So you got to reprogram yourself and believe in yourself. And, you know, and that's how this whole system in the Matrix has been set, is to steal your energy, drain your, you know, to be used, you know, like a lot of people, they don't even realize that they are being used out in this Matrix. Now they got all these apps that you put on your phone, or all these things that you can scan and put on your phone. Hey, you can get this for free, that for free, you know, and all the surveys. I used to do a lot of surveys. I don't do surveys anymore. But it's to find out what you like and what you want, and that way they can send more information on your phone, you know, of what you like, so they can control you, to use you, to get your money. There's people that complain, you know, because of the money that they don't have, and then they get suckered in by all these apps and all these sales out there, you know, even on like Black Friday, to get sucked into all these deals out there, and then wonder where their money went. Overspending, buying things that they don't need. You know, they're stealing your energy, they're controlling you, and you're not even aware of it. So there's so many programs out there to pull you in, to lure you in, you know, to get, you know, like even things out there you got to buy it now, you know, you got to get this now or it's not going to be there. Those are all little tricks that they have out there to, you know, to pressure you into, you know, get your money. So we got to let go of those programs. We got to take back our power. And just like I made a video a few days ago, or a couple days ago, is there something missing in your life? You got to check that video out, because I'll tell you what, You know, you got to, if you don't control your life, somebody else will. You know, and really, who's really in control? God is in control of your ass. Whether you know, the universe, really. We think that we're in control. But I tell you what, I've surrendered. I surrendered. Not my will, but God's will be done in my life. You know, because I know God knows exactly everything I desire. God knows exactly everything. That's why a lot of times things don't go the way you think. You know, you make plans and do this and that, and then bam, things get all messed up. You get with that girl or that guy or that job or that house or this or that, and bam, things fall apart. Why? Because God knows there's better for you. It's a lesson. It's to teach you things. It's to show you that there's a better way, a better job. You know, there's a lot of people, they're cutting their life short by taking jobs that they're not even happy with. They're doing it. They got the job. It's just a paycheck. You know, I heard people today complaining, and they had every right to complain about that, what they were saying. It's about people that have jobs that's supposed to help people out, but you know what? They're just there for the freaking paycheck. They don't care about these people. They're only there they only signed up for the paycheck. And I've witnessed that my whole life with people not giving a shit about the jobs that they have. You got to let that stuff go. You know, if you're just there for the paycheck, you didn't find the job that was meant for you. That job is not meant for you. You're not happy there, and the people that are, you know, that you're working for, they're probably not even happy with your work. But you know what? These days, a lot of people don't want to go out to work. So they might just keep you just because you show up every time. You know, and they might not even care how you treat the people that you're supposed to be caring for. You know? So you got to reprogram yourself. You got to start believing in yourself like I am. I do this every day, throughout the day, even in the middle of the day or whatever. I could be doing it in the nighttime. If I feel like something out there might make me afraid, you know what? I'm like, I pray to Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to help me out with my thoughts. Please help me not to be afraid right now, because there's something happening around, and you know, there's things I can't tell you what's going on in my life, but because of those things, I'm letting go of fear. I'm letting go of fear. I'm letting go of fear because they feed off of your fear. Those dark entities, the ones that are rolling, you gotta trust in the process. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. Say that 3 times. Ready? I am not afraid. I am not afraid. Use your voice. I am not afraid. You got to believe in yourself. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. You got to believe that you're unstoppable. Nothing can get in your way. Nothing. And I do. I love that song. Starlight's an excellent singer. I can sing and dance, you know. And I love singing that song. Actually, last night I was singing and dancing, and I overdid it. I'll tell you what, when you sing too loud, it's painful. My whole head, it hurt to think, it hurt to talk, it hurt to, you know, like, So Starlight overdid it. But you have to believe in yourself and say, I am unstoppable. No matter what's going on in your life. It's all mental. It's all mental. You have to control this, or it will control you. And that's why it's so important to be mindful of the kind of people that you have in your everyday life. Don't be desperate and, you know, have people that are draining your energy. Don't be desperate, thinking that I don't want to be by myself, so I'm just going to spend time with these people, and they drain my energy. You know, how do you feel when you go around these people, when you start, you know, when you interact with those people? Because I'll tell you what, there was many times in my past that this was what was happening to me. Is, you know, I was lonely. I was by myself. I wasn't with a guy, you know, and I needed somebody to, I thought, see, that's the whole thing. I needed somebody to spend time with. But really what I needed is to spend time with myself. We think that we need a lot of people, you know, in our life. Some of you are like, no, Starlight, man, I'll tell you what, you know what? I like being alone with myself, because you know what? the freaking headaches that come with being around people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's when you get around the people and your energy starts draining before you even, you don't even want to be with them. But you're forcing yourself thinking that you gotta be, stay company with these people. But you're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to yourself, your body. Your body's telling you, no, don't go around those people. But you don't listen. And then you go, because I did this over and over again with certain relatives. You know what? I was like dreading to go there. I'm like, the last time I was with them, shit. There's times they make me feel like sunshine, and there's other times they make me feel like shit. So I never knew, okay, what is it going to be like this time, And I could be all positive and all excited and wanting to go to their house, drive an hour to get to their house, and then first thing I get in the door, bam, shit splatters all over the freaking walls. And I want to get in my car and get going, but man, it took me my gas money to drive there, the hour that it took to get there. Then I just sat there, and that person sucked the life out of me. And and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I felt worse when I got, it was just like this. So if you're spending time with people like this, you're with the wrong you're with the wrong people. You got to separate yourself from these kind of people. They're energy vampires. They will suck the life out of you, And so you got to reprogram yourself, because if you're around people that are negative, how are you going to ever believe in yourself that you are unstoppable? No matter what you're doing in life, you are unstoppable. You can get through anything that you are going through. But you got to believe in yourself by doing I am affirmations. Yes, you know what? Really, you don't even have to write them down, but if you say I am affirmations, or even, you can start off by listening to the I am affirmations. But you know what? It takes a long time. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. At first, I thought it was silly and goofy, and I thought, this is so stupid that I'm doing this. But you know what? I believed in it. I heard so many people talking about it because I check out number meetings, and I checked out videos, and everybody was saying on these videos that I am affirmations, that's all I was hearing. So I'm like, you know what, all these people are doing it, it must be working. So I did, and I kept at it, and I was diligent. I was, being consistent every day, doing these I am affirmations, writing them down. I had the notebook, I gave that away, but now I'm actually verbally saying it, I have the notebook, a new notebook in my car. But you know what? I'm saying those 3 times each. The power of 3 is very important. And you can believe in yourself, and I am abundant. I am abundant. I am abundant. And you might be like, I'm poor though. No, see, words are very powerful. What you put out, you're going to get back. So you got to really be mindful of the kind of things you're thinking, I was lied to. We've been all screwed over on this whole matrix shit. They've been doing this for a long time. That's why things are not working. That's why the system is crashing. The system is crashing because there's going to be an ending, but then there's going to be a beginning. So, it's not anything to fear, especially if you know God and you're working on yourself. It's going to be a lot smoother. Because everybody's got to go through this. It's a cleansing. It's that we need to, get rid of those old programs and, to let go of things that are no longer working for us, And so if you're around negative people, or even at a company, if you're around a lot of negativity at your company where you work, you're at the wrong job. Sorry, but you're at the wrong job, because it's going to, suck the life out of you. You need to find something where you feel really good. A lot of places there, one rotten apple spoils the whole bunch. And I'll tell you, even that's why I didn't want to send my kids to the public school. If you can homeschool your kids, that is the best thing out there for them. Because, no matter what out there, church, it doesn't matter. I have to mention the thing about church, because a lot of people, before I started going to church, I thought that's where all the perfect people, that's where all the perfect people go. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Yeah, I said that. I was freaking wrong. What was, I was wrong. many times, and it's okay. But you got to believe that you are unstoppable by believing in yourself and asking God for help. God, please give me the strength to get through today. Pray, 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 pray. When you wake up in the morning, start your morning off with a prayer. Please, God, give me the strength for today. Please guide me today. Please, you know what? There's things I don't know what I'm doing. Please give me wisdom. I'm asking for wisdom. You know what? Wisdom is the best thing you can ask for, is wisdom. And I'll tell you what, it might not happen right away. I'm telling you, there's going to be things that God is going to guide you, and you got to do different things, you know. And, you know, if you obey God, bam, a window will open up, and you'd be like, oh my, I've been asking this for my whole life, wondering about this thing, you know. And that's just what happened to me today. My whole life, it was close to my whole life, you know. When I was 17 years old, all the way through, I had this question, and bam, God just answered it today, you know. I was like, you know, because God knows our thoughts, you know. And the more you work on yourself and get serious, you know, no playing games anymore, no freaking playing games, done playing games, done listening to people, you know, tripping you up, you know. I'm ready. I'm serious about my life. I want to, you know, dive in. No excuses. That's the attitude you have to, when you get sick and tired, being sick and tired of your life going the way it has been, when you surrender and give it over to God and really pray every day and ask anytime that you need help, pray. Pray to Jesus. Pray to God. You know, whatever works for you. I pray to Archangel Michael and Archangel, you know, different angels for different things, you know. And I'll tell you what, the universe wants me to do that. And I get rewarded when I'm being positive and I'm believing in myself and I'm not fearing things. I am not afraid. When I feel like something's going to make me afraid, I do the I am affirmations. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. Archangel Michael, please help me right now. Archangel Raphael, please help me with my thoughts right now. I need help not to be afraid right now in this situation that I'm in. And bam, fear is all gone. Our archangels help me to get through that. Nothing happened because I'm a female. I'm out here, you know. You know, I've had a lot of crazy shit in my car at nighttime happening. You know, all kinds of weird, crazy stuff. You know, being alone out here by myself. I say I'm alone. I always have God and the archangels with me. But you got to believe in yourself. You are unstoppable. You know, if you think that you're never going to make it through, you got to change that thought and change it around. That's why reprogramming is so important. You got to believe in yourself. You got to trust. You got to ask God, please help me today. Please give me the strength that I need today. Help me to make wise decisions. Please protect me. Shield of protection around me that I am safe. Please help me to make wise choices in my life. Help me to see through the bullshit. You know, if there's something that I can't see, please help me to see what it is that I can't see right now. Please help me to see. I know there's something I can't figure it out. God, can you please help me to understand what is going on right now? Can you please guide me to the right kind of job, or I don't want you to really jump into relationships. It's really best to work on yourself instead, you know, work on yourself. Don't worry, you know what? Put that on the back burner right now. You know, you really do. You need to, you know, if you don't know who you are, how are you going to find out the right one for you if you don't even know who you are? You know, like what kind of job? How are you going to find out what kind of job you're really meant to do if you don't know who you are? You got to believe in yourself and believe you are unstoppable. Thank you for watching. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.